Live on YouTube, live on Rumble. Good afternoon, hello, welcome to the State in History, aka TDH. I'm Alexander, UVRU. We will be joined by the Golden Loon here shortly. Today is Saturday, aka Saturday, August 1st. It is now August 2026. This show is about interesting and important events that happened today throughout the annals of recorded history. We have a, where to go here, a 55-page document. So this is going to be a long one today, but bear with us. Let's get into it, shall we? Starting us off in the year 30 BC, Octavian, later known as Augustus, entered Alexandria, Egypt, bringing it under the control of the Roman Republic. The date is in Old Style. So it says here, from other source, Octavian, later known as Augustus, entered Alexandria, Egypt, executing Marcus Antonius Antelius, and brought the city under the control of the Roman Republic. Welcome to the show. How you doing?
65 pages.
Yeah, 55.
Wow. Oh,
50.
55. Oh,
yeah.
Now I feel funny.
Yeah.
Doing good. Golden Loon.
Actually, like, aren't we now rivaling July 1st? Because wasn't it 55 pages last time?
I think that was 61.
Was it? Were we in the 60s?
I believe we were.
Oh, shit. The year 69, Batavian Rebellion, the Batavians in Germania Inferior, later known as the Netherlands, revolted under the leadership of Gaius Julius Civilis. 527, Justinian I became the sole ruler of the Byzantine Empire after the death of his uncle Justin I. 607, Onono Emoko was dispatched as an envoy to the Sui court in China. Traditional Japanese date is July 3rd, 607. 860, Peace of Koblenz, pact between Charles the Bald, Louis the German, and Lotharius II. Charles the Bald, I wonder what gave him that name. Oh, I mean... Did he have, like, a lot of family jewels or something? Was he bald?
I'm not going there.
So, 902, Agbed, Emir Ibrahim II of Ifriqiya destroyed Taormina, Sicily. So, from other sources, it says Taormina, the last Byzantine stronghold in Sicily, was captured by the Aghlad army, concluding the Muslim conquest of Sicily.
So that was a Byzantine Empire then, right?
Yes, well, the stronghold in Sicily, so not the entire empire, just
I know
that little section. Sicily is an island, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, so it went off
off of Spain there.
No, Italy.
Italy, yeah.
1021, Synod of Pavia, Emperor Henry II convicted married priest. Just gonna do a quick little service level scratch of that really quick. Okay, it's not gonna tell me anything there, so... Moving it up, what else do we got here? 1086, results of the Domesday Inquiry were presented to William the Conqueror in Salisbury. The date of compilation and the Great Domesday are historically contestable. So it means we don't know exactly when it happened or any of that. 1096, the People's Crusade, led by Peter the Hermit, arrived at Constantinople with 30,000 followers. Now what that was we know what crusades are. You know, they're like...
We do.
But this was actually about just a ragtag bunch of civilians getting together in a giant mob and then going into a military operation. Like, you know, there was really no leadership or anything. I mean, like, it was led by Peter the Hermit. But yeah, that's right, Peter the Hermit, like, he was going around getting followers and everything.
Somebody, but yeah.
But it had, like...
To some degree.
Yes, but, like, this was not ordered by, like, you know, any king, any bishop, pope, anything. It was just... You know, this guy just
the People's Crusade.
Yeah, you know, he's just like, oh, well, you know, nobody's doing anything about, you know, the freaking Islamists in freaking Jerusalem, so let's go take it ourselves, you know, so essentially that's what it was. I think ultimately it was like a disastrous failure. I think they got slaughtered, I don't know. Moving on up to 1203, Alexius IV Angelus was appointed co-regent of Byzantium after his father Isaac II Angelos was pressured to do so by the leaders of the Fourth Crusade. 1291, the Everlasting League was signed by Eri, Charles, and Unterwalden, forming the basis of the Swiss Confederation, their independence. Alright. And it's still around today, so it's living up to its name so far. So everlasting.
Yeah.
1315, Robert the Bruce's siege of Carlisle Castle ended in failure in Cumbria, England, during the First War of Scottish Independence. 1469, Louis XI of France founded the chivalric order called the Order of St. Michael in Amboise. 1485, Henry Tudor's army sailed to England. He would later become known as Henry VII. Yes. So yeah, Henry Tudor, Henry VII. In 1498, Christopher Columbus landed for the first time in South America near the mouth of the Orinoco River in modern-day Venezuela.
We really traveled all over the Americas.
Oh, yes, he did, yeah.
On the coast, anyways.
Yeah, well, like, in Central and South, really. Yeah. He never made it to Florida. I remember like you never like you thought he did because I remember like you had a big reaction one day.
Oh,
to
okay.
that. But here's his voyages. So
He skipped Florida, right?
well, no,
he went
no,
up
didn't
north.
even touch Florida. No. Like he got to Cuba, like whatever these are and everything. But his first voyage, he ended up what appears that's Cuba right there. His second voyage, he went up and around all this area. Third voyage, he just went down, and then there's
Venezuela
down there, and then up there, and then
So wait a minute.
fourth voyage, he went all the way over here, and is that the Yucatan, right, peninsula? Or,
No, that's the.
what is the Yucatan Peninsula?
It's not in the Americas,
Oh,
unless it's way up in Canada. Maybe up in Canada. But that's the what do you call it down there?
it is the Yucatan Peninsula.
It is.
Oh, right here. This is not the connection. So that's Panama, but the
Yeah.
Yucatan Peninsula is this little.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going down lower.
Yeah.
And that's the what do you call it down there under Panama? What's that called? You know where all
South
the,
America.
No, where all the immigrants are going through that little.
Oh,
skinny-
Panama, or whatever, like that area with no roads and all that stuff. Yeah.
it's total jungle.
Yeah.
Hard to get through.
Yeah,
it has a name.
Yeah.
So now going back, are you telling me 1492 Columbus sailed the blue?
Yeah.
He never came into the United
Well-
States proper?
Well, what became no. This
I'm in
is-
shock again.
Like these are he had 4 voyages.
Yeah.
Showing.
No, I just went
Yeah.
over all of that with you.
Yeah.
And my jaw's hitting the floor.
Oh, here we go
And you
again.
told me I had this reaction before. Holy shit. What do we give him credit for?
Nothing. No. The whole reason why.
He found Cuba
no,
for crying out loud.
no.
Stay there.
No, this is what I said this earlier.
Yeah.
Christopher Columbus, like, he didn't prove the world is round. He didn't do anything.
Yeah.
The only reason why he became such a major historical figure was primarily because of actions in the United States to give some kind of link to Italian immigrants to this nation. So they looked through stuff and they found Christopher Columbus and they embellished the hell out of his story.
They adopted.
So that way they can have some kind of actual link, so Italians can be, more nationalized. Everything. It's all about to integrate into the society. They had no history, nothing to do with this land. Period.
The real ones are the what do you call it? Coming from the north.
The Vikings,
Vikings,
Leif
yeah,
Erikson, yes. So the Norse,
Yeah.
Anyway, 1571, the Ottoman conquest of Cyprus was concluded by the surrender of Famagusta. 1589, assassination of French King Henry III by Friar Jacques Clement. 1620, Speedwell left Delshaven to bring pilgrims to America by the way of England. I'm going to have to try to pronounce that word again. Delfshaven. Okay, that's weird. 4 centuries ago, 1626, Dutch Count Ernest Casimir I, Duke of Nassau-Dietz, conquered Oldenzaal. 1628, Emperor Ferdinand II demanded Austrian Protestants convert to Catholicism. 1639, French Ursuline nun Marie d'Incarnation arrived in Quebec on board the St. Joseph, going on to open the first school for girls and played a large part in establishing Catholicism in New France. You were going to say something earlier?
No.
Okay.
Just that name is crazy.
Oh, yeah. 1701, Huron chief Condioron urged First Nations people to sign a peace settlement with France and died the next day, resulting in the Great Peace of Montreal. Hey, he got his job done.
Wow.
So, rest
Died
in
the
peace.
next day?
Yeah. Yeah. So,
That's suspicious.
well, that is true, but, I mean,
But there's no.
He did
no
get what
way
he
he's getting
wanted.
some peace. I can't imagine who would kill him.
I mean, like, if somebody would murder him, you'd think that. Well, then again, maybe it's somebody killing him because of this, and it was going to go through no matter what. Whoever killed him didn't have the power to reverse, but he was doing it as a revenge. Maybe. I mean, that is weird.
It is very weird.
1711, after being surrounded, Tsar Peter the Great fled Azov. 3 years later, monarch George Ludwig became King George I of England. So George, Elector of Hanover, became King George I of Great Britain, marking the beginning of the Gregorian era of British history. This is not the or the Georgian era, not Gregorian. Never mind, the Georgian era. 1715, first Doggett's coat and badge race, Waterman's race, was held on the River Thames, London Bridge to Chelsea. Just gonna image search this really quick. So, And have we gone through anything?
So you telling me the London Bridge has been there since 1715? No.
Yes, the original one, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
The original one, okay.
The London Bridge, wait, when did we cover the London Bridge?
I thought you said the London Bridge just now.
No, coat and bridge race.
London Bridge of
London
Chelsea.
Bridge to Chelsea, yes.
To Chelsea.
Yeah. I think we covered the London Bridge yesterday, or...
We did someday, I remember that. I can't remember exactly when.
I think it was yesterday we covered the London Bridge, yeah. So, yeah, here are some images. That's an artist rendition of it. So it's just, a boat race.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool stuff and everything. But now I'm curious, when was the London Bridge completed? London Bridge. 1973. No, there's no way.
I don't think so.
No, it's not that old. It says here 600-year-old stone, yada yada. But where? Location.
Sounds like they built a new one after they sold the one to the stupid Americans, thinking they were getting the bridge, whatever bridge.
Yeah, the first stone bridge was completed in 1209.
Wow.
And featured fortified gates, towers, and a drawbridge.
Wow.
Okay, so there you go.
Yeah.
So this is way after it. 1720, in a period known as the South Sea Bubble, the South Sea Company reached a frenzy in London as the stock price of the South Sea Company peaked at £1,000, collapsing soon after, falling to £124 by December. That's a heck of a crash.
You're not
Damn. 1732, foundations were laid for the Bank of England, Rothschilds. 1755, Battle of Minden, Westphalia, Anglo-German army under Prussian Field Marshal Ferdinand of Brunswick defeated a French army led by Marshal of France, Marquis de Contedes. Other source says during the 7 Years' War, the Battle of Minden, an allied Anglo-German army victory over the French in Britain. This was one of a number of events that constituted the Annus Mirabilis of 1759 and is celebrated as Minden Day by certain British army regiments. This is still celebrated to this day, though, is my question. 1770, we had Battle of Kago. Smaller Russian army defeated larger Ottoman and Cossack force in Moldavia, the major land battle of the Russo-Turkish War and one of the largest battles in the 18th century. 1774, big one here. English chemist Joseph Priestley discovered oxygen by isolating it in its gaseous state. So other source, British scientist Joseph Priestley discovered oxygen gas, corroborating the prior discovery of this element by German-Swedish chemist Carl Wilhelm Scheele. So let's do an image search of this really quick. Here, there's that right there. But yeah, just showing how he discovered, after a short time, a candle went out and the mouse died. So the oxygen was used up. Green plant was added to the container, and he created his own little sustainment self. Like the candle absorbs oxygen and produces carbon, as a byproduct. So does the mouse, but the plant takes the carbon and turns it into oxygen.
Yeah.
So if you can offset with plants, then you can have things in isolation. So that's such an awesome experiment.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad that a lot of mouses have to die, but still, there's gotta break a few eggs and make an omelet, So, 1780, Sweden joined the First League of Armed Neutrality. Okay, and they declared neutrality. Okay. 1781, British Army under General Cornwallis occupied Yorktown, Virginia. The beginning of the end there.
General Cornwallis.
Yep. Well, this is the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
1785, Caroline Herschel became the first woman to discover a comet. Wonder what comet it was, though. I'm going to do this really quick. Look this up here. Caroline Herschel. Okay, it's telling me, but it's not telling me exactly what comet it was. So, if anyone in the who's watching, let us know in the comment section what comet it was that she found. I'm just gonna get this link here to start us off here. So this is Caroline, sweet Caroline Herschel comet. Put this in here. It might tell us what comet it was that she discovered, but. Yeah, that link and any other link that we gather throughout the show will appear in the underbar of the description below after the live stream. We already have a lot of cool things down there, including but limited to all things Omni Coalition, our various sources of music in the background, and a handful of other nifty little things. Moving on up to 1785 as well, French naval scientific expedition ordered by Louis XVI and led by La Pérouse with 220 men departed Brest, lost in the Pacific in 1788. Yikes. 1789, U.S. Customs began enforcing the Tariff Act. In 1793, France became the first country to use the metric system.
Oh.
Yeah. 1 year later, 1794, the Whiskey Rebellion began in western Pennsylvania.
Wow.
What is the Whiskey
I
Rebellion?
would join that.
Yeah, I would too, baby. I'm thinking. Whiskey Rebellion. Let's so 1791 to 1794. Now wait a minute. How come this article is saying in 1794 the Whiskey Rebellion began, but this is saying Whiskey Rebellion 1791 to 1794? It almost sounds like it's ending in 1794.
Yeah.
The Whiskey Rebellion, also known as the Whiskey Insurrection, was a violent tax protest in the United States, beginning in 1791 and ending in 1794 during the presidency of George Washington. The so-called whiskey tax was the first tax imposed on the domestic product by the newly formed federal government. The whiskey tax became law in 1791 and was intended to generate revenue to pay for the war debt incurred during the American Revolutionary War. Farmers of the western frontier were accustomed to distilling their surplus rye, barley, wheat, corn, or fermented grain mixtures to make whiskey. These farmers resisted the tax. Well, I mean,
So they got it backwards. They put down begins when it ended.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm sure that article's correct because they got both dates in there.
Yeah, yeah. So let me put this
That's
in
what
here.
it's about.
Whiskey.
Like I say, I support it. Get that tax off of whiskey.
Well, I mean, they have to pay for the war debt somehow.
I know.
They can't just magic the money out their rear end. You know, so what are they going to do?
It's got to be a level playing field. You got to tax a lot of
But,
different
like,
things a little bit.
True. Well, maybe they were. This is just, the one thing that people didn't want to get taxed on. I don't know. 1798, Battle of the Nile. British Royal Navy under Admiral Horatio Nelson attacked and decimated the French fleet at Aboukir Bay off the Nile Delta in Egypt. That's not good. French Revolutionary Wars, Battle of the Nile, the Battle of Aboukir Bay. Battle began when a British fleet engaged the French Revolutionary Navy fleet in an unusual night action. 1800, the Acts of Union 1800 were passed, which merged the Kingdom of Great Britain and the Kingdom of Ireland and the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland. So I don't remember exactly what this was, but this was something. That was that Holy Order. Remember that chivalric order or whatever that we spoke about earlier? Like,
Wow, I've already forgotten it.
yeah. Like, hold on a second. Whatever. This is the Act of Union. You can't see that well, but like we have. I think that's Scotland. I think that's Ireland.
Oh, this is the Great Britain thing.
Yeah, I think this is England here, and that's Scotland, and that's Ireland. And then when England took Scotland, you have the Union Jack, and then they took Ireland, and now they're the
United Kingdom.
The United Kingdom
Britain.
of Great Britain and Ireland and Scotland.
Yeah, you got them all.
So, yeah. 1798, actually no, we got that one. 1801, during the First Barbary War, the Stadian schooner USS Enterprise captured the Tripolitan block Tripoli in a single ship action off the coast of modern-day Libya.
Ooh.
So the ship from Tripoli called the Tripoli. 1812, a rare tornado hit Westchester County in New York. Wow, that is rare. 1814, Dutch King William I accepted the blame for southern defeats. I guess in the Netherlands there's a war going on in 1814 or something. Or maybe it was Napoleon? I don't know. 1820, London's Regent's Canal opened. Alright. 1828, England's Bolton and Leigh Railway opened to freight traffic. And 31, London Bridge across the Thames opened to traffic. So here we go.
Yeah,
This is why I was thinking of London Bridge earlier. That it was today too.
Okay.
Yeah. And what were you gonna say?
No.
And we're getting like a lot, like all of these are England articles.
Yeah.
Like it keeps on going. 1832, the Autonomy Act in the UK ended the practice of body snatching from graves by allowing the use of unclaimed bodies from prisons, workhouses, and hospitals. Yikes. I'm gonna look this up here really quick. Autonomy Act, 1832. So that's
that
where
was
we're at.
to learn the anatomy. Cut them up.
Well, yes, but
Cadavers.
Cadavers. Yeah, but no, this was ending the practice of taking them from the graves.
Yeah.
So
there's been some old time movies about like that.
Oh yeah, well that's how Frankenstein got the body parts to make his monster.
Yeah.
So Anatomy Act 1832. Oops, there we go. What else do we got here? 1834, and here we go. This is all in England. This is crazy. We have the Slavery Abolition Act of 1833 came into effect, abolishing slavery across the British Empire. So other source says slavery was abolished in the British Empire as the Slavery Abolition Act 1833 came into force, although it remained legal in the possessions of the East India Company until the passage of the Indian Slavery Act in 1843, 9 years later. Now,
is the East Indian Company in India?
No, it was a British company that the British government used to legally oppress Indians in India, or at the time it was called the British Raj.
Right.
It wasn't even called India then.
Right.
They weren't called Indians,
Right.
or whatever they were called. I don't know. But it was to legally do atrocities to the native people there, so the government wouldn't get the flack. Like very much like how most governments in the world from 2020 until 2023, 2024, the governments themselves couldn't make mask mandates, but all these corporations were.
Yeah.
Well, it just so happens that all these corporations are all friends and in bed with the government. So the government circumvents their own laws by having their friends or some way or another, like influencing it, controlling it, or whatever, to circumvent their laws with private enterprise. They've been doing the same crap for years, for hundreds if not thousands of years. So the whole mask thing is just the most recent example of this. But yeah, so as I read here, and you can look this up on the other source, that's where I got this section from right here. You can see the exclamation points. But for 9 years, slavery was still legal through a private enterprise. So that's how they got away with it. That's how they always do. But another point I want to make is that...
It doesn't say private enterprise.
That's what East India Company is. It's a company.
Yeah.
It's a company. It's a private enterprise
yes.
that does the beckoning of the government without the litigation of it. So anyway, the other point I want to make is this Abolition Act. It's caused such economic distress, which it's good that they abolished slavery. Okay, don't get me wrong. The point I'm making is that it caused such a major hit financially to the British Empire that it wasn't until, and I've said this before, I know it's either 2004 or 2014, but I'm going to be generous and just say 2004. So if you were paying taxes to Britain anytime at or before 2004, you are still paying this off from 1834.
Wow.
And white people haven't done enough to end slavery.
And you can say the same thing about the United States. Tremendously costly to the South. Ending slavery here.
Tremendous cost by blood to the North. How many thousands of Union
I'm talking
troops?
about afterwards.
Oh.
After they were all freed and there's no more slavery. That devastated and I'm not justifying it, don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying it's the same thing that happened here happened there,
And that's when the Democrats really showed their true colors by inventing the Ku Klux Klan to harass and intimidate literally terrorists, recently freed blacks from voting. That's the whole point. That they are Democrats. Anyway, what else do we got here? 1834, construction began on the Wilberforce Monument in Kingston upon Hull. Wilbur. And that's this monument right here, a giant pillar type thing. Looks cool.
Yeah.
What else do we got here? 1836, Charles Darwin returned to Bahia in Brazil as part of his homeward journey on the HMS Beagle. 1838, the apprenticeship system was abolished in most of the British Empire, and former slaves were no longer indentured to former owners. Okay.
It's another way to enslave people, yeah.
1842, the Lombard Street riots erupted in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, United States of America, as a white mob attacked the free black community. Sounds like Democrats once again. 1842, Rotherhithe Tunnel under the Thames opens. 1849, Joven Daniel wrecked at the coast of Araucania in Chile, leading to the allegations that local Mapuche tribes murdered survivors and kidnapped Eliza Bravo. But did they? Is my question. It's saying allegations, but, were those allegations justified? Were they true? 1852, African Methodist Episcopal Zion Church, Zion, not good, was established in San Francisco, California, the first African Methodist church in the U.S. Zionists, not good. 1855, Castle Gardens in New York City, now known as Castle Clinton, opened as the first U.S. receiving station for immigrants. There's the London Bridge right there, I think. So, We were talking about that was that boat race earlier.
Yeah.
And this is Castle Gardens right here.
Look at that.
Yeah, opened as the first U.S. receiving station for immigrants. So first ever in U.S.
Wow.
So
it's like you're going into a bullfight or something.
Kind of, sorta. Like let me actually image search there so that way you can see. Like this is what it looks like from the ground. It's just like this large rotunda castle thing, and here it is. Looks like it used to be on the ocean front too.
Wow.
Like now.
That makes sense.
Yeah, now it's more inland, so I think it's been reclaimed land. Or this looks like the ocean front right here.
Yeah, it is.
But it looks like the roof is gone and everything. But this used to be like the where you go in to get registered and all that stuff. Here's another image, Castle Gardens. So cool. 1855, the first ascent of Monte Rosa is the second highest in the Alps. All right. Oh yeah, I want to image search this. The picture that I found for this is really cool. Look at that. Like, does that not look imposing? Like, I can't put my finger on it, but it looks very scary, and I don't know why.
To try to mountain climb that.
No.
Exactly.
Like, it looks like it's inviting you, but it's a trap. You know, like it's some kind of predator. 1858, province of Canada adopted a decimal currency system. 61, Brazil recognized the Confederate States of America. Not good. 1863, cavalry action near Brandy Station marked the end of the Gettysburg Campaign. And we have the Battle of Little Rock in Arkansas was the start of the Chattanooga Campaign. So on the same day, same year, the Gettysburg Campaign ended, and Chattanooga, two different areas. I didn't know that. 1863, at the suggestion of Senator J.V. Snellman and the order of Emperor Alexander II, full rights were promised to the Finnish language by a language regulation of the Grand Duchy of Finland. 4 years later, 1867, black people voted for the first time in a U.S. state election in the South, Tennessee. But Tennessee, man, doing me proud. Like, they were the last to leave the Union, the first to go back, and now they're the first to house black. Oh, I'm so proud to have been born there. 1870, Irish Land Act gave rights to tenants of landlords in Ireland. 1876, Colorado became the 38th state of the Union. Awesome. 1881, U.S. quarantine station authorized for Angel Island in San Francisco Bay. 1883, a papyrus was offered to the British Museum for £10,000, but it was later revealed to be a forgery. So people forgery, easy money. There's always scum out there. 1883, Amsterdam's Grand Hotel, Cranassably, integrated modern electricity lighting. That's cool. So it sounds like they got like a remodel. They installed electric lights in. I'm not sure though. We gotta see. That's a hotel. I'm not sure if it's the same structure or what. So, oh man, look at that. The interior here. As soon as it loads.
Oh my!
Wow, that's like the breakfast buffet. I mean, now looking at the floor, it almost seems like you're eating in the bathroom or something. So, 1883 as well, inland postal service began in Great Britain. All right, now people living more inland can get their post.
Yeah.
1886, Great Britain annexed the Kermadec Islands near New Zealand. 1888, the roof of Seville Cathedral in Spain collapsed after an earthquake. Now, I image searched this, and this looks incredibly familiar. I could have sworn that we've already covered this article, but then again, how else a roof collapse is going to look. But we have covered.
We have covered other roof collapses for sure. And that doesn't look familiar to me though.
Okay, yeah, this kind of does, but I don't know. 1890, Cecil Rhodes colonists reached Lundy. Who? What?
Cecil Rhodes.
Cecil Rhodes. Who's Cecil Rhodes?
I don't know. Colonist.
Sounds familiar. Cecil Rhodes, a British mining magnate. I think he was did those company towns?
Maybe.
Or something. A British businessman? Sure. But here's a depiction of him straddling Africa, so that's not a good sign there.
No.
Unless that's a telegraph cable, unless that's symbolically him linking, but I don't know.
It's just a bad, it looks like he's conquered something.
Yeah.
Sorry.
1900, finally. Half hour in. The first Michelin guide was published by the brothers Edouard and Andre Michelin as a hotel and restaurant reference guide to encourage more road travel and thus boost tire sales. The exact date was beyond August 1900 is unknown. So, as in before that.
Yeah. I wonder if they had the doughboy then.
They did. No, as it just said here, and I brought it up several times before in the show, but like everybody knows about the Michelin star restaurants and all that stuff. You know, whenever you see Kitchen Nightmares, Gordon Ramsay, Bobby Flay, you know, these people, Flava Flav, no, he's a rapper. But like, you know, all these restaurateurs, you know, elite chefs, they're always going on about blah 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 Michelin star chef, and Michelin is like the, you know, elite of the elites, astute eateries. You know, you're a 5-star Michelin star chef. You know, you're gonna get one of those, like, you know, really tiny postage stamp squares of steak, and it'll cost you $85. You know, well, that was developed by the Michelin Tire Company, as I just read here. You know, as it says right here. You know, and it was all a sales pitch. It's all promotion. You know, they partnered with people. And like, oh, hey, we'll give business to you. You know, if you give us a cutback or something like that. So
or promote our tires or whatever.
So it's all commercialism. You know, capitalism is nice, but when it is this deeply ingrained into our culture, it's getting too much. You know, like, you know, now we're living by the dollar. It's getting too much. It's like a religion now. 1901, burials within San Francisco city limits were prohibited. 1 year later, Dutch Housing Act of 1901 officially came into effect, enabling public and school social housing construction. 1902 as well, a mine accident in Wollongong, Australia, killed 100 people, and this was removed from primary source, but I confirmed it because it's on secondary source, so it was on primary source, and they took it out. Why? You know, it's weird. Okay, I don't know why this is... What the hell happened here? Okay, we're going back to 1893 for some reason. I guess I screwed up here putting this in. So 1893, Henry Perky patented shredded wheat.
Oh,
yeah,
I like that.
Oh yeah, before we do that though, like, this is the Michelin. I want to go back to the whole Michelin thing. So this was a Michelin guide. This is the guide here. So, and I looked this up here, and there it is. You know, guide Michelin, something chauffeur. It's in French for some reason. But you know what this reminded me of? The first thing I looked, the first time I saw this.
What?
Like, right there.
Oh, Mao?
Mao's Little Red Book. Is that not a Little Red Book? It's capitalist. You know, it's tying in our. You know, what did I just talk about? It being so ingrained in our culture.
Yeah.
It's almost as if, like, you know, capitalism and communism are one and the same. Like, not even just two sides of the same coin, but the same thing. Yeah, weird.
Now, the picture on the book reminds me of a
golf on a tee, golf ball.
Well, it's from Michelin, so you get automotive in that.
Oh, a flat tire.
No, it reminds.
It is a flat tire.
It probably is. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. But it reminded me of the what do you call it on the front of the car?
The release or water, like,
yes.
Radiator.
Radiator, yeah.
Yeah.
Radiator cap.
Radiator cap, yeah. Yeah.
But I think you're right, it's a flat tire.
It absolutely is a flat tire. You can see the tread.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you're right, radiator as well. Let's see here, 1894, the Empire of Japan and King China declared war on each other after a week of fighting over Korea, formally inaugurating the First Sino-Japanese War. All right, let's get rid of. We were talking about.
So Korea's in the mix once again.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we were talking about the
shredded wheat.
Shredded wheat was patented. So I just want we have the frosted mini wheats and the frosted mega wheats. I also have this. There's several wheat, shredded wheat. You get it?
Oh my goodness! He's shredding.
You know, and then you are out of cereal. Dad bought cereal. It's shredded wheat. Panic. There's so many. Oh, he found the mega wheat. Look at that. That is legitimately the mega wheat there.
That is mini wheats that didn't come apart.
Yeah, so it's a mini wheat. Oh, they took a picture of wheat, but it came out grainy. I just wanted to show a couple memes that I found. Anyway, 1901, we got that one. 1902, okay, we got that one. Australia, we the Empire. Okay, so I screwed up there. 906, Brooklyn super base MLB pitcher Harry McIntyre no hits Pittsburgh for 10 and 2/3 of an inning, but lost on the 13th inning in a 1-0 on an unearned run. Wow, that sucks. First Scout Camp, 1907, opened on Brownsea Island in Poole Harbor, Dorset. The start of the first Scout Camp on Brownsea Island, the origin of the worldwide scouting movement. Later to inspire, Adolf Hitler to make the Hitler Youth, because, Boy Scouts, scouting, that's all paramilitary to indoctrinate children into, becoming future soldiers for the meat grinder. 907, U.S. Army Signal Corps established a small aeronautical division. 909, the Tour de France, Francois Faber of Luxembourg became the first foreigner to win the cycling classic.
First foreigner.
Yes.
I think we just talked about it the other day, about the first one to win.
I thought about that too, and I was like, hold up a second. Oh, wait, the foreigner. Okay.
Yeah.
But was he a foreigner though, with a name like Francois?
Wow, that's
really?
a good question.
1911, Harriet Quimby passed her pilot's test and became the first U.S. woman to earn an Aero Club of America's Aviator Certificate. Epic. You go, girl. Omar Bradley, at the age of 18, began his education at West Point Military Academy.
At 18, well, right out of high school, sure.
1911, transportation workers began a major strike in England as part of a wave of industrial unrest. Over what? How many involved? How long? Numbers. I want numbers. 1914, British Grand Fleet reached Scapa Flow. And Scapa Flow is in my head for some reason. Like it's very significant, but I don't remember why. This is obviously something to do with World War One. We're about to get like a bunch of mobilization stuff here. So, 1914, Emperor Wilhelm II of Germany declared war on his cousin Tsar Nicholas II of Russia. World War One. France and Germany mobilized their troops on an outbreak of World War One. Marcus Garvey and others found the Universal Negro Improvement Association in Jamaica with the aim of creating a black-governed nation in Africa, as there should, because they're like indigenous. 1914, Troy Viergeries, a German 69th Infantry Regiment, entered Luxembourg on the outbreak of World War One. We also have the Swiss Army mobilized because of World War One. 1915 now, Patrick Pearse gave his famous speech, "Ireland unfree shall never be at peace," at the Donovan at O'Donovan Rose's funeral in Dublin. Yeah, and he's absolutely right. They're still having, troubles. 1916, U.S. Congress established Hawaii National Park. I'm going to image search that really quick just to see, what it looks like. Okay, well, there's a sign. Oh, okay. And it looks like it's not doing too well. Well, it's doing pretty hot, but not a good hot. So, what else we got here? 1917, Frank Little, a State Industrial Workers of the World Labor Union organizer, was tortured and lynched by unknown assailants in Butte, Montana. So white people were lynched too. 1918, Pittsburgh and Boston Braves played an MLB record 20 scoreless innings before the Pirates win 2-0 in the 21st. That's 3 7-inning stretches. Exactly. 1919, Queen Wilhelmina opened the first airfare in Amsterdam. Now I image searched this, and I found this image here, as I'll prove right here. I looked this up, and boom, there it is. And this says, this says right here at the bottom, December 1908. So maybe it's not like an airfare with things piloting, flying around, being demonstrated physically, but this looks like a convention, does it not? That looks like a convention grounds. And this was 11 years before the article I just read. So, what is an airfare? This came up, but I think by airfare it means like an actual things flying around.
That's what I'd get out of it,
Yeah. But this is a fair about things in the air. And then, Air and Space Museum meme. And then there's this. We have the Air and Space Museum.
Lots of space and air.
And air, yeah.
Yeah.
Some from the past, some from the future. It's a really good museum. 1922 in Italy, the socialist Allenzia del Lavoro declared a national strike, which collapsed immediately as fascist forces destroyed Union and Socialist headquarters. Okay. 1924, MLB Brooklyn Robins pitcher Dazzy Vance struck out an MLB record 7 consecutive batters and 14 overall in a 4-0 win over the visiting Chicago Cubs at Ebbets Field. Now, 1 century ago, 1926, battles, not yet. We'll get there. Battles between Druze and French in Damascus. Wonder what's going on there. We also have a failed assassination attempt on Spanish dictator General Miguel Primo de Rivera in Barcelona. 1927, earliest date for a film to be considered for an Academy Award. The Nanjing Uprising marked the first significant battle in the Chinese Civil War between the Kuomintang and Chinese Communist Party. This day is commemorated as the anniversary of the founding of the People's Liberation Army. So troubles ahead with that. 28 stadium sweep medals in the rainy Olympic pole vault final in Amsterdam, with Sabin Carr winning gold, followed by William Drogenmuller and Charles McGinnis. 28, Babe Ruth hit home run number 42 in the Yankees' 12-1 win versus the St. Louis Browns, putting him 4 weeks ahead of his 1927 pace. That's a lot ahead, right?
Yeah.
A lot of big.
I'd like to know if it was a 60 home run season or was 27 a 60 home run. You know,
that's a good question. When was Babe Ruth's 60 HR season? Babe Ruth, Babe Ruth, 1927. So this is after it.
And he was ahead of that.
Apparently.
He fell off the table the rest of the season.
I guess, yeah. 32, George Washington quarter went into circulation, and it's still in circulation today. You know, we all know this quarter. Like, somebody didn't take good care of this one. Looks like it got burnt, but yeah.
I don't know. They're still in circulation, but they're not making it anymore. Right?
I don't know. And then here, these are mint marks.
Oh, yeah.
Right there. So
you got
a blank and a D and an S, which I don't know what those mean. But
well, yeah, one Denver.
This one's very worn.
Yeah, but Denver is the D.
Okay. Then what's S?
I'm trying to...
San Francisco?
Yes, San Francisco. I'm trying to figure what would be the West Coast.
Sacramento.
No, San Francisco is what it was.
I think so. 1933, anti-fascists received the death penalty in Germany. So anti-fascist activists Bruno Tesch, Walter Muller, Karl Wolff, and August Litkens were executed by the Nazi regime in Altona. 33 as well, Dutch colonial regime in Batavia arrested Indonesian nationalist leader Sukarno. National Recovery Administration, NRA, was founded with Hugh S. Johnson as its first director. Not the National Rifle Association.
It's not.
Different NRA. National Recovery Administration. A different NRA. And then also I've seen like a meme with like Ron Swanson involving BLM. What is the Bureau of Land Management doing here? You know,
I'm the head of BLM.
Yeah. 1933, New York's future-based Hall of Fame pitcher Carl Hubble set an MLB record for consecutive scoreless innings at 45 1/3 as the Giants lost 3-1 to the Boston Braves. Not to be confused with Edwin Hubble of the Hubble Space Telescope. Although, this guy could probably hit a ball into orbit. 34, U.S. Amateur Golf Championship format changed to a 6-day event with no... That's 7. 6-day. With no 36-hole stroke play qualifying and 36-hole matches for semifinal. I'm going to hurt you. Semifinal. 36, the 11 Summer Olympic Games were opened by Adolf Hitler in Berlin. Yeah, we were talking about this the other day. Jesse Owens.
Yeah.
37, Joseph Broz Titos read the Resolution Manifesto of Constitutional Congress of KPH, the Constitutive Congress of KPH, the Croatian Communist Party, in woods near Samobor.
36 was the Olympics of Jesse Owens, too.
Yeah. Well, and we also covered yesterday, like, it was, 1948 before... not 1948, it was 56 or something before they restarted the Olympics. We covered, it was like yesterday or the day before, and it mentioned that was the first one since the one that was hosted in Nazi Germany. That's wild.
Yeah, it was the 50s.
The one prior to World War II was held in Nazi Germany, presided over by Hitler. The guy, like the mustache man himself. Like, yee. Mom's time, 1941. I'm going to start off with the good one here first. The New York Yankees pitcher Lefty Gomez set MLB record for most walks in a shutout, issuing 11 in the 9-0 win versus St. Louis Browns.
And still walked 11 and still shut him out.
Yeah.
That's more than one walk an inning.
Dang. Luftwaffe bombed German 23rd Infantry Division. Wait, what? Actually, that's a good. Because that's friendly fire for the bad guys. The Luftwaffe was the German Air Force.
Yeah, it looks like the friendly fire.
Yeah. All right, so I didn't even need to skip this one initially. That would have been a great... No, I missed a great opportunity. I could have opened it up with one of the best ones of all time. Fuck. Anyway, here's a good one. The first Jeep was produced by Willys Overland, Willys Jeep, you know? Oh, there it is right there.
Yeah.
42, we have Nazi German occupiers demanded the listing of all Dutch telephone subscribers. So they want to know who has a telephone. 42, race riots in Harlem, New York City. This was removed from primary source, and I think I know why. 43, Empire of Japan granted Burma independence under pro-Japanese government by Dr. Ba Ma. 43, we have a race riot in Harlem just 1 year after I think maybe somebody did an error. You know, because we have 42 race riots in Harlem, 43 race riot in Harlem.
Yeah, okay.
You know, so race riot in Harlem, New York City, sparked by a police shooting of a black soldier who attempted to intercede during an arrest of a woman in a hotel lobby. Mind your own business.
Oh, come on. He's a soldier trying to do a good deed?
No. He was interfering with the law. He attempted to intercede during the arrest of a woman in a hotel lobby.
Oh, okay.
He was trying to get himself involved where he shouldn't, and he unfortunately got shot. But he had no business being there.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
For this time, I have to side with the rioters. One of the rare times I ever will.
No, not the rioters. The police.
No, with the rioters.
Okay,
there was a race riot in Harlem, New York City.
Yes.
It was sparked by a police shooting.
Oh, okay.
So the police were arresting the lady, and then this black soldier came in and tried to break up the arrest. He tried to get himself involved in the police situation, and he ended up getting shot.
Okay.
Oh,
hence the riot.
Yeah. So hence the riot.
I can't go along with you. Riots are just
well, but I can at least understand why they're doing it.
Yeah.
Usually when they riot,
don't.
usually when they riot, it's just because they're all in a frenzy. But this time they actually have some justification. Not saying it was, just saying 9 times out of 10, usually when they burn everything down, it's not really for a good cause. It's just them acting like children.
If you didn't know the whole thing, we don't know this. We didn't live it.
Well,
so you could say, what's his name? Knee on the throat thing was justified.
No.
If you just read it.
No, because you're not supposed to involve yourself in a police situation as a civilian.
I know.
Or a soldier, whatever. Anyway, 1943, during World War II, Operation Tidal Wave, also known as Black Sunday, was a failed staging attempt to destroy Romanian oil fields. 44, Adam Clayton Powell Jr. was elected as the first black stadium congressman from New York.
Good.
Cool.
Yeah.
One that's not so cool, though, Anne Frank's last diary entry. She was arrested 3 days later. She unfortunately would not survive the Holocaust. She would become one of the many.
Well, she got arrested so late, too. Well, she needed.
Yeah.
It lasted another year, so.
Yeah. 44, General Montgomery took command of the 12th and 21st Armies. He wasn't Polish. We're getting to the Polish here in a minute, but I'm reading this one first here. Now, Polish resistance fighters of the Home Army launched the Warsaw Uprising, the largest military effort undertaken by a resistance movement in occupied Europe. 45, Japanese city of Toyama was destroyed by B-29 bombers. 45 as well, New York Giants outfielder Mel Ott hit historic 500th MLB home run. Off Braves, Johnny Hutchings joining Babe Ruth and Jimmy Fox as only players to reach milestone. All right, Loon's time. Can I get through your life and then mine in 12 minutes? Fuck. U.S. President Harry Truman established Atomic Energy Commission, the AEC. Leaders of the Russian Liberation Army, a force of Russian prisoners of war that collaborated with Nazi Germany, were executed in Moscow, Soviet Union, for treason. I actually support that.
Yeah.
48, U.S. Air Force Office of Special Investigations was founded. 1950, American Bowling Congress ended all-white male rule. Good. We also have Guam Organic Act established Guam as an unincorporated U.S. territory. So Guam was organized as an unincorporated territory of the United States by President Harry S. Truman, signing the Guam Organic Act. 53, Boston Red Sox pitcher Ben Flowers set the then MLB record of 8 consecutive games in relief. California introduced a sales tax for education. There we go. Camel's nose.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep. Fidel Castro was arrested in Cuba. Unfortunately, not for too long.
The education tax, all it does is goes to the union.
Yep. Northern Rhodesia became part of the Federation of Rhodesia and Nyasaland. 54, South African Natives Resettlement Act came into effect, empowering the government to remove Africans from any area within and adjacent to the Magistral District of Johannesburg.
Yeah, I just want to go ahead.
I was just going to say that's like apartheid and everything, all that
Yeah.
white stuff. What are you going to say?
Well, while you're doing that, I want to go up back to the California
sales tax?
Yeah, sales tax
for education.
And it's a little bit off the topic there, but because I brought up the unions, can you imagine a union which is huge in California? I don't know how many union members it has, but hundreds of thousands. They go to the government and say, you know what? If the state of California will treat our union people right and give us mandated raises because they're the government paying for education, we have tens of thousands of people that can get out and canvass the entire state to vote for you.
I don't like that.
No, of course not. But how often do you think that's and how often? I can't say it has happened, but I suspect it has.
Oh my God.
So they get more lavish, and then all of a sudden,
that's like a
counties
super
are
PAC.
going. Counties are going broke.
That sent a shiver down my spine. Oh man, that's not good. 53. I'm not sure if we got this one. Northern Rhodesia became part of the Federation of Rhodesia. Yeah, we got that one. We got this Johannesburg thing. 55. U.S. beginning its first zero-gravity research experiments. We have a discrepancy. First microgravity research begins. There's a difference between zero gravity and microgravity.
Microgravity would be very small.
It's
right?
still there.
Yeah.
Zero means it's gone.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, which one is it? Zero gravity or microgravity? That, it might not sound like a big thing, but in the world of science, that is astronomically different. 57, ex-MLB outfielder Glenn Gorbos threw a regulation baseball to a record 136 meters, or 445 feet and 10 inches, in a game promotion. Okay. 57, solar building in Albuquerque, New Mexico. The one that you took a wrong left turn at. Oh.
What?
Albuquerque.
Yeah.
I got turn left at Albuquerque instead of right. Bugs Bunny.
Oh.
I took a wrong turn at Albuquerque.
God, okay.
Yeah.
I would have never gotten that one.
Yeah, it was the first commercial building heated by the sun.
Oh.
There it is, right there. Can't really see it that well, but that's the building.
Yeah.
It has those big windows just to let the sun in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. So you built a terrarium. Good job.
Yeah.
So yeah. Let's see here. Moving on up to have we gotten that one? Have we gotten? Let's see here. 57. Gil Hodges hit his 13th MLB career grand slam, a National League record, and last by a Brooklyn Dodgers player.
Yeah, they came out here the next year. Gil Hodges played for the Dodgers.
Mm-hmm. U.S. and Canada created the North American Air Defense Command, also known as NORAD. Now, how can you call yourself North American and exclude Mexico? That's North America? No, it is North America.
Yes, I agree.
That's not an agreement. It's, so it's just like, and they even have it like in the emblem right here. Mexico's right here. The hill, Mexico's holding the friggin' sword.
Yeah, I don't know how they...
Why aren't they part of NORAD? Because they're brown? What the hell? I don't think that's a reason, but,
no.
Because they're a shithole of a country, but still, you can't call yourself North American anything without all of North America involved, bro. Come on. What else do we got here? 1958, nuclear-powered submarine USS Nautilus began the first transit of the North Pole in Operation Sunshine. I want to do a quick image search of this NORAD stuff really quick, just to showcase,
And
see right here.
57. Mexico was extremely poor and had no beneficial way to contribute.
So they should call it the U.S.-Canadian thing, not the North American.
Yeah, that's right.
2/3 is not a whole.
Why do we call ourselves America? We aren't America.
Well, it's I say that all the time. We're not the country is not America of America.
Yeah.
It's the United States of America. Now, I already know you know all this. I'm saying this to go on my rant. So, it's the United States of America because the continent is called America. North, South America, named after Amerigo Vespucci. Those two continents contain 35 countries. The United States of America, not America of America. The United States of America.
Now here's
is the name of the country. That's why it's called of America. It's
here's
of
something
America.
we haven't considered, and I don't know. I'm just talking off the top of my head. We may have made this agreement between us and Canada, and said, Mexico were also going to protect you, and therefore they would be a part of it.
Well,
And I'm not saying it is by any stretch.
well, no, that is good speculation. However, right here, I showed this earlier, right there.
Yeah.
So no.
You just tanked my bullshit. God. You know, it sounded so damn good. Who was looking at the map before I talked?
1958.
Damn it.
U.S. first-class postage increased to 4 cents. It had been 3 cents for 26 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was 2 cents for ground, 3 cents for airmail.
Oh, wow.
3 cents for everything.
And I have 6 cents because I can see dead people. So there's
You just have a cent that I don't particularly care for.
It is a 6 cents.
6 cents.
6 cents.
I should have said 6 cents. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, don't lift it.
Woo! 58 U.S. We got that one. 59 Pope John the 23rd published the encyclical Sacerdoti Nostri Primordia. Let's look this up here really quick, because Holy Memo encyclicals. This one right here. What is this about? Encyclical commemorated the 100th anniversary of the death of Saint John Vianney, the patron saint of priests. Okay, there's a saint for everything. You know, like the Vatican is. I guess baseball is turning into the Vatican with their record for everything, because now there's a patron saint for everything. So, encyclical. So there we go. I'll just put it there. 1960, Aretha Franklin's first recording session for Columbia Records in New York City. I wonder what the song was.
Oh, come on. I would have known it,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I wonder if it was R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
I think that came later.
Yeah, it did. I think so. 1961, 60, Aretha. Maybe this was the album
Could have
that
been.
came out? Oh, I don't know. Columbia recording it was, so was Columbia.
First recording session.
Recorded August 1st, 1960, so that's today.
Yeah.
So this isn't. So this is the album that ultimately came from this.
Okay.
So right
that's
here.
what they're talking about is the album.
Yeah,
Right.
so this is, we found it out.
Yeah.
So, Aretha.
We don't know if RSPC. What was the name of the album?
Aretha.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let's see here. Tracks. Side 1, Won't Be Long, Over the Rainbow, Love Is the Only Thing, Sweet Lover, All Night Long, Who Needs You. Wow, that sounds like a rough time. So, like this sounds like when you think about it in a dirty sense, Won't Be Long, Over the Rainbow, Love Is the Only Thing, Sweet Lover, All Night Long, and then Who Needs You? Because it wasn't All Night Long.
I remember All Night Long, but I don't remember if it was
All
her version.
Night Long.
Yeah, I don't know if that was her version. Or
No. No. Side 2, Right Now, Are You Sure? Maybe I'm a Fool, It Ain't Necessarily So. By Myself, Today I Sing the Blues. This, I don't like the story my brain is concocting with all this. So
I don't
I'm gonna,
recognize any of the songs, so it wasn't a smash hit with me, anyways. Of course, R&B was still
Buddy.
kind of
Yeah.
segregated from the white kids. Just
Yeah.
a little bit of a degree.
Yeah. Well, it was more of a black cultural thing
Although
at the
you
time.
have Chubby Checker and everything in the 50s, 60s.
And
yeah.
do the twist.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so that was the 60s.
Yeah. Speaking of the 60s, Benin, formerly Dahomey, gained independence from France. Now it also says declared. So maybe if they gained it, they could declare it. Or since there wasn't a war, I guess they didn't declare it and fight for it. So I don't know. It was later renamed Benin. So originally it was called Dahomey, and now it's known as Benin. Okay. We also have Islamabad was declared the capital of Pakistan as the federal capital of the government of Pakistan. Okay. 61, East Germany began to limit traffic to West Berlin. German DR, Democratic Republic, limited traffic to West Berlin. San Francisco, the new San Francisco Hall of Justice opened on this date in 1961.
Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice, the Super Brands keep...
And meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice. 1961, U.S. Defense Secretary Robert McNamara ordered the creation of the Defense Intelligence Agency, the DIA, the nation's first centralized military espionage organization. 62, not that one. 63, first edition of Sean O'Malley's The Beatles book, an authorized monthly fanzine magazine, sold out its 80,000 print run on first day of sale.
Wow.
Beatlemania right there.
By the way, McNamara, the last article before that, became the face of the Vietnam War. Boy, he got an ugly He just McNamara, his name, his face, everything just connected to it. People hated it.
That's an unfortunate correlation
Yeah.
for him to have to go
Yeah.
through.
Yeah.
But yeah, here's the Beatles book, so monthly. Well, as if you couldn't get enough. I guess they couldn't. 1963, West Germany annexed the village of Elton. Okay. 63 as well. Arthur Ashe became the first black U.S. citizen tennis player, or I guess the first black stadium, to be named in the U.S. Davis Cup team. Cool.
Yeah.
64, ALM Antillean Airlines began operation. The Beatles' single Hard Day's Night went to #1 and stayed there for 2 weeks. Dan Big Daddy Garlitz became the first drag racer to run the quarter mile at over 200 miles per hour, clocking in at 201.34 miles per hour specifically, or 324 kilometers an hour, at Island Dragway in New Jersey.
Big Daddy Garlitz. I believe I saw him out there at Lions Drag Strip.
Ah.
So they must have toured around the country.
Maybe. We also have the former Belgian Congo, as we named the Democratic Republic of the Congo. In 65, Frank Herbert's novel Dune was published for the first time. It was named as the world's best-selling science fiction novel in 2003. We all know about Dune.
Yeah.
You know, like Araxis, you know, and all that stuff. Here it is, right there. Good old Dune. So. 66, Charles Whitman wounded 31 people and killed 16 at the University of Texas.
Oh, yeah.
Our other server.
Up in a tower.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the tower shooting. That's right. Charles Whitman killed 15 people at the University of Texas at Austin before being killed by police. Yeah, so yeah, that's right. You referenced that in King of the Hill and everything. South Park. Maybe South Park. Definitely Simpsons. 66, Yakubu Gowon became Nigerian head of state after a military coup d'etat. That doesn't sound good. 66 as well, purges of intellectuals and imperialists became official China policy at the beginning of the Cultural Revolution. Yeah, you know, what a lot of these, people don't realize is if they get their revolution, communism, socialism, any one of these isms, all this stuff, all these libtards and everything running around, marching, being stupid, they're the first ones to go when those who they want in power get in power, because they're violent, brainless, manipulatable schlubs.
Yeah.
So, all it takes is someone smarter to come and use them as a weapon against you. So as soon as they're done being useful idiots, you eliminate them. What's the first thing a captain does when he takes a ship during a mutiny? Kills everybody who helped him. Because those are the people who provide him the biggest threat. 68, Canada began replacing silver with nickel in its coins. We also have Cleveland Metro Parks began operating the zoo in Cleveland, Ohio. 69, 36 Chicago Charities College All-Star Game, New York Jets 26, All-Star Games 24, with 74,208 attendees. 1969 as well, Mariner 6 sending close-up photos of Mars. Well, this is 7. I can't count. Like I'm retarded. So, but yeah, let's take a look at some of these images really quick. So, right here, Mariner 6 close-up. These are Mars. Thousands of miles away. Like this is awesome. Like, people see stuff like this every single day, and they don't understand how remarkable it is.
Oh, tell me.
3D Atlantic City Pop Festival opened at the Atlantic City Race Course in Hamilton Township, New Jersey. Performers included Procol Harum, Johnny Mitchell, Chicago, Santana, Little Richard, Booker T, and the MGs, Sir Douglas Quintet, Janis Joplin, Jefferson Airplane, B.B. King, The Byrds, Creedence Clearwater Revival, Tim Buckley, Hugh Bistekla, Dr. John, and the Mothers of Invention. Yeah. Attendance was estimated at 110,000 people. Holy crap. What a lineup, dude.
That is something
wow.
else. That is something else.
Yeah, man. Man, that would have been great to go see. 1970 EAA convention moved from Rockford, Illinois to Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Oshkosh, I don't hear that.
Oshkosh, gosh.
Yeah.
They had all those children's pants and clothes. And
Oh,
stuff.
yeah, you're right.
Oshkosh.
Well, what's EAA? Air Venture Oshkosh?
I don't
Oh,
know.
what is it?
It's
It's an air show. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's what that is. So, EAA. Let me put this EAA. It's like, what does it stand for? Like, formerly EAA Annual Convention and Fly-In, EAA Air Venture Oshkosh. Well, what is the EAA? Oh, Experimental Aircraft Association. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Like, an international general aviation organization based in Oshkosh, and is the largest of its kind in the world. The show lasts a week, usually beginning on the Monday of the last full week in July. During the gathering, the airport's control tower, frequency 118.5, is the busiest in the world.
Wow.
Dang.
I wonder if it still goes on today.
Well, yeah.
That's current?
Like this image looks current. This is 2017.
Okay,
right here.
It still most likely still
Yeah.
goes on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Be kind of cool to go to.
Yeah, it would.
Although it's awful damn crowded. I don't
Well,
know.
it's also in Europe.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's not in Europe.
No, it's Oshkosh.
Wisconsin. The,
Yeah.
It might as well be in Europe.
I was going to say the same thing.
Am I becoming like you, or are you becoming like me?
Doesn't matter. This is a problem.
One of us is going to be very disappointed. 1970 as well. Future Hall of Fame outfielder Willie Stargell hit 3 doubles and 2 homers in a 20-10 Pirates win against the Braves at Atlanta Stadium.
Willie Stargell.
Yep. 71, the Sonny and Cher comedy hour debuted on CBS
yeah.
TV with comic actor and singer Jimmy Durante as guest. CBS presented.
Do you remember Johnny? Big nose. Jimmy Durante.
Ha-cha-cha-cha-cha. This guy here?
Jimmy.
Yeah,
that's
right there.
him. Jimmy Durante.
Ha-cha-cha-cha.
Yeah.
I don't remember him, but I've seen him referenced in
Yeah,
cartoons
yeah.
and such.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
We also have the CBS presented the first episode of BBC production, The Six Wives of Henry VIII, and continued weekly until September 5th.
Ooh.
George Harrison's benefit concerts for Bangladesh, 2 shows, took place in Madison Square Garden in New York City. Performers included Bob Dylan, Ringo Starr, Ravi Shankar, Eric Clapton, Billy Preston, and Leon Russell. 71 as well, Richard Petty won the Dixie 500 in Atlanta, Georgia, to become the first NASCAR driver to win $1 million in career earnings.
I believe he died eventually, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He died tragically in a horrible...
there he is.
Actually,
That's
no,
right.
he's alive. Oh, you were thinking of Dale Earnhardt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
not Richard Petty.
Okay.
I got confused too.
Yeah.
So, 71, we got that one. 72, first article exposing the Watergate scandal by Bernstein and Woodward was published in the Washington Post. Nate Colbert tied the MLB record by hitting 5 home runs and set a record with 13 RBIs as the Padres defeated Atlanta 9-0 and 11-7 in a doubleheader. 73, Johan Witteveen appointed as the 5th managing director of the International Monetary Fund. I don't know why that's marked. Weird. 73, MLB All-Star catchers Thurman Munson of the New York Yankees and Boston Red Sox Carlton Fisk brawled at home plate at Fenway Park. Red Sox win 3-2. Knockout uppercut. 73, struggling ABA club Virginia Squires traded star forward Julius Erving to the New York Nets for George Carter and cash.
Yeah.
100, 300,
That's the ABA.
yeah.
Remember we've always talked about it, 2 leagues divided into
Yeah,
ABA
yeah, ABA and then NBA, that absorbed into the NBA
yeah.
a little bit of it. So, 74, China's People's Liberation Army Navy put into service Changzheng-1, its first nuclear-powered submarine. Oh boy. Cyprus dispute the United Nations Security Council authorized the UNFICYP to create the Green Line, dividing Cyprus into 2 zones. First off, what the hell is the UNFICYP? United Nations Peacekeeping Force in Cyprus. Okay, so that's what that is right there. So I'm going to throw this in here and throw this link. So if anybody wants to look that up. Now, this, I want to image search this really quick just to show this green line right there. You know, cutting it right in half in Cyprus.
Yeah.
So, see here. Republic of Cyprus, Turkish Cypriot Administrative Area, United Nations administered buffer zone, and then United Kingdom sovereign base areas. So the UK has some boots on the ground over there, it seems like. Wild. Humanity sometimes with their division of everything. 1975, 41st Chicago Charities College All-Star Game, Pittsburgh 21, All-Stars 14, 54,103 attendees. 75 as well, CSCE Final Act created the Conference for Security and Cooperation in Europe. The final act of the CSCE meeting was signed in Helsinki, Finland. 35 countries, 33 European nations, and Canada and the U.S., including 35, signed the Helsinki Final Act agreement concerning boundary integrity, human rights, and economic cooperation. So this is tied in with that.
Yeah, Helsinki,
Yep.
yeah.
76 flash flood in Big Thompson Canyon, Colorado, on Route 34, killed 139 people.
Ooh.
Do you want to stand up for a minute? Like, I can bring the desk up and everything.
No, go ahead. Well, yeah, if you want to.
Yeah, I can stand up for a little bit. Can you make sure that plug-in... Oh, I gotta move this over here as well.
Oh, yeah, it does need to be moved.
Yep.
A little bit. Yep. Okay, we should be good to go.
Okay. Alright, yeah, because we are... I can hear you squirming. And I'm squirming too. I'd like to stand up. So now we're standing. So
Okay.
76, we got the flash flood there. Reigning world F1 champion Niki Lauda of Austria suffered a near-fatal crash during the German Grand Prix at the Nürburgring Motorsports Complex in Nuremberg, Germany. 76 as well, Seattle Seahawks took the field for the first time in a preseason game against the San Francisco 49ers at the newly constructed King Dome in Seattle. The 21st Summer Olympic Games closed at the Olympic Stadium in Montreal, Canada.
Oh, okay.
We also have Constitution of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago was adopted. All right. Former CIA, now this one's weird. Former CIA Lockheed U-2 pilot Francis Gary Powers, the guy.
Yeah.
Crashed a news helicopter he was flying in L.A., killing himself and a cameraman. You mean to tell me this motherfucker flew beyond the speed of what's even disclosable today, and a helicopter took him out? No. This guy was killed.
Helicopter.
This guy was killed. This guy was, he was also a spy. Well, he was the guy. Was he the guy who got shot down in the SR-71?
I believe he was.
Or was it the
shot down
SR-7?
over? Yeah.
It wasn't the Blackbird, but it was something else.
He was shot down in a very high-flying reconnaissance over
U-2.
over Russia. They didn't think they had the technology to hit him
Touch us
that
all
high.
there, yeah.
Shot him down.
Yep.
He was supposed to take a cyanide tablet and go down with the ship. He didn't. He failed. They captured him, and eventually he came back and died in a helicopter.
So I'm going to repeat my question. You mean to tell me that this guy
Yes.
was flying miles above the air on the edge of space, faster than the speed of a bullet, and he got shot down, didn't take a cyanide capsule, and a helicopter took him out? Bullshit!
And we had to trade for him.
Yeah.
Karma's a bitch.
Yeah, well, that's probably why. I think that I'm getting a lot of validation on my theory now. I think he was killed. Killed off. My whistleblower, possibly. Anyway, 1977, San Francisco Giants first baseman Willie McCovey hit a National League record 18th MLB career grand slam. Now I want to go to Denny's. Atlanta Braves trounced Cincinnati Reds 16-4 and halted Pete Rose's National League record hitting streak at 44 games. 1978, a gunman occupying Iraqi embassy in Paris surrendered and released 8 hostages. As the gunman was led away, Iraqi guards opened fire, wounding him and killing a policeman. Police returned fire, killing 1 Iraqi and wounding 3 others. What the hell, dude? This is what I'm talking about when certain people just want blood. They just want to kill. They're just thirsty, 1980, Bhutan Vance rail disaster killed 18 people and injured dozens of train passengers in County Cork, Ireland. East German runner Waldemar Kemprinski won his second consecutive Olympic Games marathon in 12 minutes 11 12 hours 11 minutes and 3 seconds in Moscow.
Yeah.
Okay, so whatever that means.
Cross country, you're going to go forever.
12 hours, wow. Gerd Wissing of East Germany became the first male to set a high jump world record of 2.36 meters, which is 7 feet 9 inches, at the Moscow Olympics. Vigdis Fittbogadottir was elected president of Iceland and became the world's first democratically elected female head of state. Hold up a second. Haven't we already covered someone, a woman being the first elected head of state in the world before? I could have sworn that we've already covered that.
I don't remember
Like in
that.
Switzerland or Sweden
Very
or
well
something.
could have, yeah.
Yeah. And it was well before 1980. 81, Endless Love, single released by Diana Ross and Lionel Richie. Later received the Billboard Song of the Year in 1981, Billboard Greatest Song Duet of All Time. And it was also featured in Happy Gilmore. So, music video cable channel MTV debuted in the U.S. at 12:01 a.m. with the Bugles song "Video Killed the Radio Star." Yeah, right here.
So don't you say MTV doesn't play any music anymore? Aren't
They
you the one who
well,
said that?
yeah, it's the joke. They didn't, they did initially.
Oh, yeah, of
but then they
course, that was
started
it.
doing a whole bunch of stupid crap.
Yeah.
And then their music television MTV.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Video killed the radio star. And I'm probably already copywritten now. Yeah, so.
Yeah, that started all kinds of stuff. Like ZZ Top did a couple
Ah.
of spectacular ones for and that to get on MTV to produce their album, to promote their albums.
Ah.
The red Hot Rod On that MBT, that ZZ Top.
Oh, I want my MBT. That one. I want my.
No.
I want my.
No. I don't know. I don't remember the name of it.
Oh,
It's just with the red hot rod and the girls.
I don't know.
It's a really cool song. You'd know it immediately.
ZZ Top, you said?
Yeah.
Hot Rod song.
As soon as you say it, I'll know
Give
it.
me all your love. Oh, give me all your loving.
Yeah.
This one?
I think so. Yeah, that's it. There it is.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that was in the Santa Claus. Santa Claus. You remember the movie with Tim Allen, The Santa Claus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was in the scene,
Yeah.
and this was actually improvised. Like this was when they all stopped and danced.
Yeah.
It was improvised. They all like followed his lead.
Oh.
So like right here, this was not scripted. Hold on a second, I'm trying to get to it right here. That was not scripted. That was just purely, and I don't think any of them were. They all just did it.
Yeah.
I think, according to what I've been told. So that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
1980. Where were we? We got that. Okay. Oh, there we go. 1982. After the first 13 runnings of the Midsummer Classic, Darrell Waltrip became the first driver to win the Talladega 500 twice. And we have Greg Louganis became the first diver to score 700, 752.67 in 11 dives, winning the 3-meter springboard gold at the World Championships at Guayaquil, Ecuador. East German swimmer Petra Schneider broke her own 400-meter medley world record by 19 seconds. 19 seconds, I guess, yeah.
Wow.
4 minutes, 36.10 seconds at the World Championships in Guayaquil, Ecuador.
Blowing the old record out of the water, so to speak.
Yeah, pun intended.
Mm-hmm.
No, just trying to make a splash with that, aren't you? No. Am I taking a dive already?
Oh, God.
And swimming along. 1982, Hank Aaron, Frank Robinson. That was good. Travis Jackson and Happy Chandler inducted into the Baseball's Hall of Fame. Heavy Israeli air bombardment of Beirut, as expected. 83, despite brave 112 no by David Gower, New Zealand won second test at Headingley by 5 wickets. First ever New Zealand Test cricket victory in England. 84, commercial peat cutters discovered the preserved bog body of a man called Linlow Man in Linlow Moss, Cheshire, England. Didn't we talk about this yesterday? A Linlow Man or something like that?
I don't remember that.
Oh, I guess not, because this doesn't look familiar. Yeah, there's it's a body in a bog preserved, so. 85, state record 15.4 centimeters of rainfall is recorded in Cheyenne, Wyoming. What is that in inches? Let's look that up here really quick. 15.472
In what period of time?
Well, I guess, 24-hour period. So, 6 inches. Okay, so half a foot. That's a substantial amount of water. 1985, Russian KGB officer Vasily Yushchenko defected to the U.S. in Rome, naming stadiums Ronald Pelton and Edward Lee Howard as KGB agents, later defected back.
Oh,
What?
please. Oh, man.
Make up your mind.
Wow, how would he live through that going back?
Yeah, well, I don't think he did. Who is this? Vitaly Yushchenko, 85. I'm trying to find him on here. No, he wouldn't be there. Oh, yeah, here we go. Well, there. Okay, well, it's not telling me about that guy. So, anyway, 85 as well. St. Louis Cardinals outfielder Vince Coleman stole 2 bases in the first inning of a 9-8 loss against the Cubs to set a National League rookie record of 74. 85 as well. Emmy 12th Daytime Award presentation. Susan Loki lost for the 6th time. Oh. Poor lady. Grateful Dead's Jerry Garcia, 1986, was released from hospital after a 3-week coma. That's scary.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yikes. 86 as well, Twins pitcher Bert Blatinovan became the 10th player to reach the 3,000th MLB strikeout milestone, and 2 hits the A's 10-1.
Oh, Bert Blyleven.
Yeah. Ayo's time. Can I get through my life in negative 19 minutes?
We're already 19 down?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, let's sit down because we've been out of the range of the fans. And I'm really starting. You don't need to worry about it going down. Just coming up. Is it clean?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm on my other cords here. Okay, I appear to be clean. So, anyway, 87, Arena Bowl 1, Pittsburgh Civic Arena, Denver Dynamite defeated Pittsburgh Gladiators, 45-16, Gary Mullen MVP. We also have crossbow flight record of 2,005 yards, 1 foot and 9 inches was set by Harry Drake in Nevada.
We talked about
No, that was arrow flight. This is
Crossbow.
crossbow.
yeah.
We were talking about the longest arrow shot, and it was like a mile or something.
Yeah, but then you said, "Oh, it's a crossbow."
Well,
You got
yeah,
all mad
I looked
was
it
a
up, and
crossbow.
it was a crossbow.
Yeah.
But this is a different crossbow. I mean, the crossbow's a crossbow. But yeah, like, they don't count it what it shot out of, they count what it shot. So this is a crossbow.
Okay.
So, for whatever reason. We also have in New Zealand, the Maori Language Act came into force, making Te Reo Maori an official language of New Zealand. It can now be used in some legal proceedings, but not all. Like, that doesn't sound right. So, some legal proceedings. Mike Tyson outpointed Tony Tucker in 12 rounds in a heavyweight boxing unification matchup in Las Vegas, becoming the first to own all 3 major belts, the WBA, WBC, and IBF simultaneously, all at once.
Yeah.
That is very, has that ever been happened again? Like,
I don't know. I don't follow it that close.
Yeah. Music video channel MTV Europe launched with Elton John throwing the switch "Money for Nothing" by Dire Straits as the first video presented. Oh, so he threw the switch to turn it on, I guess. So,
Okay.
all right. Nurse Mary R. Stout was chosen as chairperson of Vietnam Veterans of America. Finally, moving into 1988. That was only 1987, by the way. Wild. National Park Service unveiled the $1 million, one-man deep rover research submarine at Crater Lake, Oregon. And that's what this is right there.
Crater Lake's supposed to be really deep.
Yeah. Oh, cute little bubble submarine there. It is underwater. Almost looks like a crab, like a little hermit crab.
Yeah.
Do you want to fill in the time while I drink some water? If I can find my
Yeah,
water.
go
Water
ahead.
go. Where
I
did
don't
it
know.
Oh, it's right here.
Okay, you got it there?
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, Crater Lake is, I've never been to it, but it's supposed to be really, really deep up there, hence the name Crater.
Yeah.
So,
I'd like to visit it.
I'm not sure where it is in Oregon. If it's towards the coast or towards the inland. It's got to be up in the mountains somewhere.
I don't know. 1980 as well, Rush Limbaugh began his nationally syndicated radio
wow.
program. Yeah. 1990, British pop reggae band UB40 was deported from Seychelles after being arrested on suspicion of marijuana possession. 1990, Iraq pulled out of talks with Kuwait. Iraq invaded Kuwait the next day. And then we have 91, actress Hedy Lamarr at the age of 76 was arrested for shoplifting in Florida. You dumb bitch. So, in 92, Stadium sprinter Gail Devers won an incredibly close blanket finish in the women's 100 meter at the Barcelona Olympics with 5 athletes within 0.06 seconds of Devers, 10.82. Now we're in the hundreds, right?
Yeah.
600ths of a second.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
That is, you can't perceive how fast that
Yeah.
is. 92 as well, British athlete Linford Christie at the age of 32 became the oldest man to win an Olympic 100-meter gold medal, edging Frankie Fredericks in Barcelona. NBC's Saturday Today premiered extending the Today franchise to broadcasting 7 days a week. 7 days a week. USA, USSR Around the World Air Race began in Santa Monica. Is that California?
Yeah.
Has to be, yeah.
Yeah.
Santa Maria. 93, 14-time MLB All-Star Reggie Jackson was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, New York. Actor Walter Koenig, known for Pavel Chekhov in Star Trek, underwent heart surgery after suffering a heart attack. I didn't have that marked, but I guess I was destined to read that anyway. We also have England won the Women's Cricket World Cup for the first time since the inaugural event in 1973 with a 67-run victory over New Zealand at Lord's. The Great Mississippi and Missouri Rivers flood of 1993 came to a peak. I wonder how deep it was. 94, 99.9 degrees Fahrenheit or 37.7 degrees Celsius was recorded in Berlin, Dahlem, setting a record for Berlin. 94, Baltimore shortstop Cal Ripken Jr. became the second player after Lou Gehrig to appear in 2,000 consecutive MLB games and a 1-0 win versus the Twins. The Rolling Stones began the Voodoo Lounge World Tour. 95, Westinghouse purchased the CBS TV network. You know, the newspaper people, Westinghouse, right? Like Westinghouse. Why does it sound familiar?
Westinghouse is, electricity, Westinghouse.
Oh, yes. They were the ones who killed Nikola Tesla. So,
Yeah.
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 96, Stadium athlete Michael Johnson won the 200 meter at the Atlanta Olympics in a world record 19.32 seconds to become the first man to complete the 200 meter and 400 meter double. Dan O'Brien won the decathlon gold medal at the Atlanta Olympics to become the first Canadian since Bruce Jenner in 1976 to win the grueling event. French sprinter Marie-Josée Perec won the 200-meter final at the Atlanta Olympics to become only the second athlete to win the 200, 400-meter Olympic double. Valerie Briscoe-Hooks in 1984 was the first one, this guy being the second that we just spoke about. George R.R. Martin published the epic fantasy novel A Game of Thrones, the first in his series, A Song of Ice and Fire. We also have launch of MTV's second TV channel, M2, also to not play any music videos. Tiffany Melbet scored the winner as the U.S. defeated China 2-1 at the Atlanta Olympics for the first Olympic gold medal in women's soccer. Excellent. 98 Homosexual Games 5 opened in Amsterdam. Puntland, an autonomous state in northeastern Somalia, was officially established following a constitutional conference in Garowe. Isms and tribal chiefs agreed to create a self-declared government until Somalia recovered. 99 Petronas Tower is officially opened in Kuala Lumpur as the world's tallest building, plural, buildings by Malaysian Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad at 451.9 meters tall, 1,483 feet. I remember hearing about these overtaking the height of the Twin Towers in New York. Beautiful buildings with their
gorgeous
little bridge and everything.
Yeah.
I remember building these in SimCity 3000.
Ah.
So SimCity 2000.
Sometimes you going across that walkway. That's still way up there.
Is my answer. 2000, first patient to receive the Jarvik 2000, the first total artificial heart that can maintain blood flow in addition to generating a pulse. And that's what that is, artificial heart.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
So, and actually what's interesting is the heart isn't a pump. The heart is actually a vortex creator. Because if you take the heart, it's not like one solid, it's not like, several different muscles.
Uh-huh.
It's one muscle. You roll it out like you would a Pillsbury cinnamon roll thing. Like, how it works is like, imagine both my hands, it's just one muscle. It just, does that.
Okay.
Like, it's creating a vortex. It's not pumping, but it's creating a blood vortex of some sort. So, like let me actually show you. Human heart unrolled. It's one muscle right there. You can see it. You roll it out.
Okay.
And then there's like a fold where it twists everything, but it's one solid connected piece.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's not pumping. It creates a vortex.
Yeah, but it still has chambers and within that one.
Yeah, but in those chambers, that's all in one unit. It's not different muscles separated by fat and tendons, like like a bicep or a tricep.
No, it's all got to go together. It's got to be one. Because you got to push in, bring in, push out.
Yeah, but
all at once.
Yeah. So. 2001, Alabama Supreme Court Chief Justice Roy Moore had a Ten Commandments monument installed in the Judiciary building, leading to a lawsuit for its removal and his own removal from office. But it's okay to put Satanist statues in there, which a lot of places have done and everything, and that's a religion,
And I
Satanism.
believe he lost. I believe they had to take it down.
Yeah, they did. They took it down. They destroyed it. That should have been the first telling sign. And everything was going south, and we should stop listening to this is a Judeo-Christian society, okay? You come here to mingle, you come here, to live off the land as we do, but you live by our rules. If you're going to come over here with any beliefs other than ours, go back to where you came from. Simple as that, But, this is, now we are just so strayed from what we originally were. It's more than a shame.
Separation of church and state never was intended to be interpreted as the way it is.
No, that's
today.
not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about, if it's I understand separation of church and state. I understand.
Do you?
Yes,
right.
I understand not wanting the Ten Commandments in a judiciary building. What I don't understand is when in other judiciary buildings, other buildings of government, you can put up statues of Lucifer. Satanism also is a recognized religion.
But that's the way it's been interpreted today. The original intent.
You're not getting my point.
I am. I'm getting your point.
What I'm saying is that they
ahead.
allow one side, but they don't allow the other. So no, they shouldn't allow either.
No.
But but what I'm saying is by by favoring Satanism or any other thing like that, you're now breaking the whole church and state thing. Like, 100%, I'm on board with what you're saying. Church and state should be separate.
That's not what I was saying, but that's okay.
Okay, what were you saying?
I was just saying the intent of the separation of church and state, and it's not in one of our deals.
Yes.
It was a letter or something. The intent was they didn't want a church to be blessed by the United States government and become like the Church of England.
Yes.
That was the intent of it.
Yes.
Plain and simple.
Yes, absolutely.
Now all this stuff is no.
Well, no.
None
What
of
I'm
the
saying
intent
is
of it.
it's only no when it comes to Christianity.
Yeah.
If you have stuff for Judaism, Islam, Satanism, like anything else, as long as it's not Christianity, they'll have it. That's what I'm saying. So as soon as...
I know what you're saying.
Yeah. So, anyway, 2001 as well, an agreement was reached on the position of the minority Albanian language in the Republic of Macedonia. Bulgaria, Cyprus, Latvia, Malta, Slovenia, and Slovakia joined the European Environment Agency. All right. 2002, in signing star linebacker Ray Lewis to a 5-year contract extension, the Baltimore Ravens gave him a $19 million signing bonus, the largest in NFL history. It's probably been eclipsed by now.
That was an absolute monster.
Yeah.
Ooh,
he looks like
huge
it.
and strong and fast.
Yeah.
All the above.
There is no neck. His
Yeah.
head just attaches to his body. Like, he's just one giant muscle. Oh.
Yeah, he's so powerful.
2004, a supermarket fire killed 396 people and injured 500 in Asuncion in Paraguay. 2005, Stieg Larsson's novel, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, as opposed to The Dragon with the Girl Tattoo, the first in the Millennium series, was published posthumously in Sweden. 2007, Art of the Olympians was awarded 501c3 non-profit tax-exempt status. Okay, whatever the heck that means. 2007 as well, the I-35 Mississippi River Bridge spanning the Mississippi River in Minneapolis, Minnesota collapsed during the evening rush hour, killing 13 people and injuring 145.
Wow.
So look this up right here. Yeah, there it is right here.
Oh,
Wow. Wow. Yikes, dude. That's terrible. In 2008, Russian-supported forces of self-proclaimed Republic of South Ossetia attacked Georgian villages, breaking a 1992 ceasefire agreement. 2008 as well, the Beijing-Tianjin Intercity Railway began operation as the fastest commuter rail system in the world. Going to image search that really quick here. I know that we're already like an hour and a half now, but we're almost done. There's that train right there. 2008, 11 mountaineers from international expeditions died on K2, the second highest mountain on Earth. We spoke about that earlier. In the worst single accident in the history of K2 mountaineering. 2010, a 200 meter by 250 meter photo mosaic commemorating the life of Filipino President Corazon Aquino was unveiled near Quirino Grandstand at the Luneta Park in Manila. Now, I wanted to post this up on the thumbnail, but these are not good proportions. It's not a good angle,
not gonna show right.
Yeah. So, but look at the size of it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And these are all different photographs of her
Yeah.
made into a mural. That is so cool. 2010, Australian Stuart Appleby finished with an 11 under 59 to win the Green Barrier Classic at White Sulphur Springs, becoming the 5th player and first non-American and non-Stadian to break 60 on the PGA Tour. So yeah, Australian Stuart Appleby finished with an 11 under 59 to win the Greenbrier Classic at White Sulphur Springs to become only the 5th player and the first non-Stadian to break 60 on the PGA Tour. 2012, Bradley Wiggins won in the London Olympic cycling time trial, giving him the most aggregate medals, 7 of any British Olympian, 4 gold, 1 silver, 2 bronze. 8 female badminton doubles players were disqualified from the 2012 Summer Olympics for attempting to manipulate the draw by throwing matches. Wow.
Oh, man.
Great Britain collected its first ever gold medal in women's rowing with Heather Standing and Helen Glover in the coxless pairs at the London Olympics. All right. Well, of course they're coxless. They're women. So. Typhoon Sayala killed 82 people and displaced over 150,000 in the Philippines, Taiwan, and China. 1 year later, Jason Kamas signed a 1-year deal with Tranmere Rovers after a successful trial. No idea what the heck that is, so I guess something to do with his team. He's a footballer or something, I don't know. Robert Mugabe continued to maintain power after his ZANU-PF party won 142 out of 210 seats in the Zimbabwean election, declared neither free nor fair, as the ruling party used the state to intimidate the opposition. 2014, Indiana Pacers NBA superstar Paul George suffered a gruesome compound fracture of his lower right leg during a Team USA scrimmage. Now, I have a note here telling me to not image search this.
Oh, I can see why. Yeah.
I looked ahead,
Yeah.
and I'm only gonna say this, okay, about like his lower leg, so below his knee, about halfway through, it's a perfect 90-degree angle. Like it's not supposed to bend at all, let alone that way.
No.
So yeah, it was
He recovered and ended up playing. I think he's still playing somewhere.
That would have scared the hell out of me. 2014 as well, USA and the United Nations announced a 72-hour ceasefire between Israel and Palestine, though it quickly broke down. I wonder who enticed the other to swing first, or who swung first. 2016, anthrax outbreak in Yamalo-Nenets, Siberia killed 1 and affected 8 others. Also killed 2,300 reindeer. Global warming was blamed. Here we go. 2017, bomb blast at Jawida Shia Mosque in Herat, Afghanistan, killing 33 people and injuring 66. Christopher A. Wray was confirmed as FBI. Well, I don't care about that. 2017, 2 Venezuelan opposition leaders, Leopoldo Lopez and Antonio Lezmin, rearrested, revoking their house arrest. You were going, when I said Christopher A. Wray.
Yeah, I didn't like the asshole.
Okay, good. So good thing I didn't report on that. 2018, Australian Rugby League's Immortals tally increased to 13 as pre-war star Delhi Messenger, Frank Burge, and Dave Brown, along with latter-day giants Norm Provan and Mal Menenga, were added. 2018 as well, Swedish crown jewels stolen in heist from Strängnäs Cathedral in Stockholm. That's not good. Oh. Yeah, right here.
No,
one of those crown jewels. What is that? Oh yeah, we'll get to that here in a minute. 2019, protesting Kenyan cancer survivors in Nairobi urged their government to declare a nation disaster in a country with only 35 oncologists for 40 million people. That is a problem.
Yeah.
So, 2020, this one's very strange. Egypt, the country of Egypt, told Elon Musk its pyramids were not built by aliens after Elon Musk tweeted in support of a conspiracy theory that they are.
What an odd thing to say.
You know, if they weren't, why even respond? Unless you're trying to cover something up, which obviously they are. So, what else do we got here? 2021, 394 migrants were rescued from a stricken vessel by humanitarian NGO ships in Tunisian waters. I'm going to do a quick little looky-loo for any comments. Nothing on YouTube, nothing on Rumble. 2021, Stadium swimmer Caleb Dressel won his 5th gold medal of the Tokyo Olympics in the 50-meter freestyle and 4x100-meter medley relay. Stadium virologist Dr. Anthony Fauci said, "Things are going to get worse," as COVID-19, Kung Flu case doubled in 10 days due to surge of Delta variant. What do you have to say now about that?
The advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth
Now, I want to play this part here really
What
quick.
tie are you wearing?
The advice of counsel, I respectfully
Apparently, he used that bullshit 70 times.
111.
Wow.
Close the carpet in front of you.
And I want to play this part here because I was talking with you about this
You have
earlier.
any rights under...
decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
Let's just get one thing straight. You don't have any rights under the Fifth Amendment because you've been pardoned, as you very well know. As the Supreme Court has been clear for a century or more. Brown versus Walker, 1896.
Right there, what he said, Browns versus Walker, 1896, was a verdict in the year 1896 saying if you've been pardoned, then you no longer have the privilege of the Fifth Amendment.
Yeah.
You know?
They're talking about next week determining if they're going to bring contempt of Congress.
He needs to face capital punishment to the highest order.
Well, that's not going to happen.
Well, that
but
should happen.
They should bring something against
That should happen. Nobody wants to die, so use that as a deterrent to commit crime. How about that? 2021, Australian swimmer Emma McKinnon claimed gold in the 50-meter freestyle and the 4x100 medley relay for a total of 7 medals at the Tokyo Olympics, equaling the record set by Russian gymnast Maria Gorokovyashka in 1952. Canada marked its first Emancipation Day, the day slavery was abolished in the British Empire in 1834. Now, does that mean that slavery was legal until now in Canada? Because...
No, I don't think so, but...
I mean, you know, but why would you celebrate Emancipation Day unless you're emancipating people?
I don't know.
Unless you're celebrating the first one for some whatever reason.
Yeah.
You know, but it's not, 100 years later. It's a random number. Why didn't they do this in 1934? Like, why not wait till 2024? Or 34? I don't know. Anyway, Chinese driver Shi Tingmao completed women's 3-meter the 3-meter springboard synchronized 3-meter springboard double at the Tokyo Olympics for consecutive games. Pardon me, this is all in 2021. This is wild. This is a hell of a year. Italian Gina Massero Tamburi and Mutaz Essa Barshim of Qatar avoided a jump off by agreeing to share the long jump gold medal after tying on 2.37 meters at the Tokyo Olympic Games. Marcel Jacobs became the first Italian athlete to win the coveted 100 meter in 9.80 at the Tokyo Olympics. Myanmar's military ruler Min Aung Hlaing named itself prime minister, pledging to hold elections by 2023. Did they?
Yeah, who knows?
I don't know. The U.S. passed the 35 millionth mark of Kung flu cases, with California becoming first state to reach 4 million cases. Fearmonger. Venezuelan triple jumper Yulimar Rojas recorded a world record of 15.67 meters. They claimed the women's gold medal at the Tokyo Olympics. 2022, first grain ship left Ukrainian ports of Odessa in UN brokered deal, breaking months-long Russian blockade to help alleviate global shortage. 2023, Fitch downgrades credit rating for the U.S. government from AAA to AA+, citing, quote, erosion of governance, end quotes. That was Brandon,
debt,
right?
Yeah, the debt we're in.
Yeah, thank you, Obama.
I think it's come back up to AAA. I'm not sure, though.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah. Former U.S. President Donald John Trump was indicted by Special Counsel Jack Smith on charges of conspiring to defraud the country and prevent the peaceful transfer of power. See, this is what I was talking about. We can't do, for whatever reason, Anthony Fauci is not facing execution, yet they did this shit to Trump. Now, I'm not a Trump supporter. I do not support Donald Trump, okay? But what they did to him was absolute crap. Right is right, wrong is wrong. I don't care what you believe. Right is right, wrong is wrong. Period, plain and simple, end of story. You can believe your right is more right than this right, but right is wrong, fundamentally. And what they did to him was just crap, waste of time, waste of taxpayer money. But then, Fauci isn't facing what he should. I don't even want to say what he should face. 2023, South America experienced a winter heat wave with Vicuna in Chile and Andres reaching 100 degrees Fahrenheit, 37.78 Celsius, the warmest day in northern Chile for 72 years. 2 years ago, 2024, Tanzania opened East Africa's first electric rail line between its commercial hub, Dar es Salaam, and the capital of Dodoma. Tunisian human rights activist Salim Bensedine was arrested and imprisoned for, quote, conspiracy against state security, end quote. Yeah, of course he was. U.S. and Russia completed their biggest prisoner swap since the Cold War, involving 7 countries and 24 people, including journalists Evan Gershkovich and Paul Whelan. 2025, just this time last year, I actually have a video for this. An amusement park ride snapped in half midair in Saudi Arabia, injuring 23 people, with 3 people in critical condition. So I'm just going to play this.
At least 23
I
people were
hope
hurt
so.
when the amusement park ride that they were on collapsed. Take a look.
Yeah, it's not good.
Oh, did you see someone flew out?
Yeah.
Just a horrific incident there. This happened in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, no, good thing I got all the carnival crap out of my system as a kid,
Yeah.
But now I don't mind not going on roller coasters. 2025, City of San Francisco named the street where Grateful Dead guitarist Jerry Garcia was raised after him on what would have been his 83rd birthday. Dead & Company, a Grateful Dead spin-off band featuring original members Bob Weir and Mickey Hart, kicked off a 3-day concert series at Golden Gate Park commemorating the group's 60th anniversary. Nice.
So they have a street named after him.
Yeah, good old
cool.
Deadheads. Corporation for Public Broadcasting, tasked with distributing government funding to public television and radio broadcasters since 1967, announced that it will begin shutting down weeks after Congress canceled previously approved funding. And last but not least, we have the head of U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics was fired 2 hours after the release of a weak monthly of a week, as in like, not a strong week, not a week long, monthly jobs report, WEAK, not WEEK. So, yeah, and that shall conclude the show. Once again, please check the underbar description below for any links that you may find interesting, including but unlimited to all things on the Coalition. A lot of history has and continues to be made on a daily basis, and we can only bring you a portion from 2 sources. We have gone through all 55 pages of our documents.
And we got
in
done before
1 hour
tomorrow.
and 1 hour and 44 minutes. It is up to you to find the artifacts of our history, but only if each individual reaches out with and for open mindfulness, with a yearn to learn, to see outside what you think you know, to grow and find enlightenment. We have to find common ground with those who see their opinions differently from our own and find a better way to be better to one another. What's the code word?
Tennessee. I'm
Tennessee.
happy.
Hey, yeah. Put Tennessee in the comment section. Let us know you're still watching up until this point. For your notice of Fast Events Daily, we stream at 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For all of you and all of us, I'm Xander.
Golden Loon.
And you until you catch us next time, whenever that is, wherever that is. Don't forget to look right and left at every intersection. Rate 5 thumbs and subscribe. Toodles!